Hey everybody, it is Qqcknd and welcome back to Fact Friday. This week, today even, you may have noticed I started a new series, and I'm sorry I didn't get to really talk about it and explain it to you and all of this. Maybe I did, but I wanted to start kind of like a Snapshot Vlog Series where I can just take little snippets of stuff that I see or experience throughout the week and give it a little bit of life and then create a vlog for it. I did participate in Vlogmas this last year, but I don't know if it went over super well. A lot of the videos were really long because I kind of thought they should be long, and then they didn't get viewed. I thought I would kind of test the waters with this shorter vlogging style and maybe bring some behind the scenes to some stuff I post on my Instagram or some stuff I'm doing at the salon during the week or snapshots of Philadelphia, and I think that could be really cool. So I wanted to keep these vlogs under 10 minutes and maybe put them out every week, every couple weeks. So if you haven't seen that, I posted that today. It is just called Snapshot Vlogs, and you can check that out if you want to. I'm accepting all sorts of criticism for that, constructive, negative, positive, whatever. So jumping right in, lowering our camera, and then jumping right in, I got a question on our previous Tattoo Talk Tuesday. All of our Tattoo Talk Tuesday last week, if you haven't caught it yet or you're not into it, was all about tattoos I was refused at shops. And I tried to use a lot of constructive language in this video to let you guys understand my point of view, which is, like I said in the video, I always respect artist discretion and I always follow an artist's discretion. I have never been in an argument with somebody over a tattoo that they were about to give me. It's not my life, and I don't want to make anybody uncomfortable, and I don't want to receive a tattoo from somebody that they aren't passionate about. If someone has ever said no to me, like I said in the video, I've never been like, but mom, because it's just not my style. And for everybody who is like, why didn't you just tell that girl you had tattoos? Like I said, if somebody's already uncomfortable, I don't want to do it. Morgan Joyce commented on my video and said that you'll find a lot of artists who create excuses because the talent isn't there and the ability isn't there, and that's really valid. I think that that's out there. I did get a comment that said, why didn't you call out your tattoo artist who gave you all that trouble, who wouldn't resize your tattoo, who just wanted to give you that big tattoo? And my whole thing is, I don't have like a vlog where I'm like a channel where I'm smashing people, using people's names, things like that, because I just want to let you guys know what my experience is and guide you if you are trying to be a tattooed person too. But this isn't a gossip channel, and I never want to talk shit on somebody or, put that experience out there. I don't Yelp. I'm not that guy. I'm not gonna put somebody's name out there because I want to keep this channel a safe space for you guys and for me too. And if somebody ever watched one of my videos and knew who I was talking about, obviously you can tell that tattoo artist is pretty aggressive, and I wouldn't want to put myself in a place where I was in danger. So I have to be able to live outside of the internet and go to work and take public transportation, things like that. And I don't want to put myself out there and risk my life or my safety or my internet presence or anything like that. So you're never gonna catch me ratting these people out. Even for my video, my tattoo drama, a lot of people were like, I would put his name on blast, I would ruin his career if I was you. And we're just two people who didn't get along and who didn't see things eye to eye. And although both of these tattoo artists put me in a place where I lost a lot of money, I felt very insecure and upset and anxious, all of these things, all I can do is lend my experiences to you guys and tell you what happened. And the comment I left for the person who said, put this, tell us his name, all I can say is if you find yourself in a similar situation, now you know that you have options and that you can walk away from a tattoo if you feel like the vibe isn't right. And that's all I can say. And hopefully you guys use your intuition and you can feel out when something is wrong. And you know that you can say no to a tattoo artist. And there are comments that I read on the video that were like, I got this huge tattoo and I wish I would have said no. And there you go. You can. And I can be that person for you who lets you know that you can say no and that you can walk away. But I also have to protect myself. And as a person who is trying to build their career as, a stylist, I don't want to step on anybody along the way. And as a YouTuber, it's just not my style to, like, talk shit on somebody and put their name out there. And you know what? If I were to put their name out there, if they're even still tattooing, I don't know their life. But if I were to put their name out there, 100% chance you guys would all look them up. And those are all hits on their Instagram or their website or whatever they have. And it's better for me if they're completely forgotten. And I mean, that's worse, right? So, although I feel like I have some sort of responsibility to protect you guys against stuff like that and against these tattoo artists who have harmed me, at the same time, all I can do is let you know what's out there. And people have asked me, like, now that you're so tattooed, is there anything that you regret? And I answered this on Tumblr a little while ago, and it's still true. If I could go back and tell myself anything, it would be don't step on anybody's toes along the way on your tattoo journey. Don't gossip. Don't talk shit. Don't go to the tattoo shop to talk badly about somebody else. And for a while, I felt like there was shop gossip. Even in tattoo shops I'd only hung out in and never even been tattooed in. And I'm glad that early on, I was like, I'm not a part of this. And tattoo artists can do me wrong, and tattoo artists can treat me like shit and steal my money. But keeping myself humble and out of that drama, I think puts me in a place where being tattooed makes me feel safe and is still enjoyable for me. I don't want to be a hub for tattoo gossip, and I don't want to be the person out there who's telling you, don't get tattooed by this person, don't get tattooed by this person, because it's not up to me. And if you meet these artists who've done me wrong, and they've changed, and they're different, and they're nicer, they deserve a second chance. And you deserve to get exactly what you want as a client, as a tattoo consumer, as a tattoo collector, or someone who wants one good tattoo. So that's my defense. I can respect tattoo artists, and like any community, there will be gossip and there will be drama, and you just have to try your best to stay out of it, and it's really hard. But I can only say protect yourself. And if you feel something's wrong, walk away. And if you lost a deposit like me, just know that tattoo removal is just as expensive and twice as much pain. And technically, that's what deposits are there for. So you kind of run that risk when you pay one anyway. So my best advice, find a tattoo artist who can do no wrong by you, and you've been following them on Instagram or however for 5 months, a year, 2 years, and every time they put something out, you're like, fuck yeah, I love that. Because when you go to them, you'll know you're getting exactly what you want, and there's no surprises. I've been getting tattooed for years and years before I could shop around on Instagram and before I could watch somebody for a couple months before I made my move. So let me just tell you that it's a lot safer to get tattooed now. And if you're worried about social politics, just keep an eye on somebody, and you know, if you love their work and then one day they leave a comment that's kind of sexist, you can be like, oh, never mind, unfollow. Because I've done that. I don't need that trouble. So here's the question. How do you come out of your shell at work? I'm a pretty shy person and I deal with anxiety as well. I'm going to be applying for jobs soon. Thanks. So I have not really a method for this because I have a lot of conflictions, and one of my biggest things about your work relationship with your coworkers is sometimes you want to stay a little reserved. In my opinion, this is my opinion. Sometimes you want to stay a little reserved and keep things private because as someone who's worked a lot of retail, I worked at McDonald's, I worked at Target. These places, similar to the story I just told, can lead to a lot of gossip. And with things like Snapchat and Instagram, if you ever need to call out of work just because you can't fucking go to work and you don't know why, and you need to take a walk around or you need to have a nice meal and you just can't go to work, sometimes things like Snapchat can get you fired if you do call out of work and you do end up going to do something else. And I'm not saying don't go to work. If you get too close to your coworkers, sometimes a lot of issues can arise like that. So maybe not being able to come out of your shell is just who you are and it's your work presence, and I don't really see a problem with it. A lot of places can have a lot of work gossip, and sometimes protecting yourself from this can be having an exterior shell and having a dialogue that is a personal dialogue that you have with your friends, and then a outside dialogue that you have with strangers, and like a conversational piece you can have with anybody. I tend to talk a lot about things that are socially recognizable, the weather, current events. Even those can be a little, because like staying out of politics is probably a good idea at work. I don't really think that being shy is a bad thing. If you get too close to your boss, they may be suddenly asking you for favors that blur the lines between work and friendship. And this could be especially challenging, like the person who asked me who said they're just starting to look for jobs. I mean, the first couple years I worked at McDonald's before I was a manager, I always looked up to my manager and I told them everything because I thought they were my friend. And that turned into, oh, can you stay a couple extra hours? Like, we'll be hanging out. And I'll be like, okay. And then, can you come in on Saturday? Saturdays are fun. And I'll be like, yeah, okay. And then that turned into me working all the time and neglecting a true social life where I could be myself and where I was protected around friends and people who loved me and didn't just lean on me for work things. So being shy at work and being reserved can be a good thing, and less is more. If you come to work on time and you're professional and you do your job well, I think that that's okay. I experienced a little bit of controversy this week all about our trip to the aquarium, and this ask says, how do you feel about zoos and aquariums? They make me happy and sad at the same time. I would love to explore this because I do think that I am vegan. I think that I'm a vegan person, and I try to do that to the best of my abilities. And John surprised us by taking us to the Qcknd Aquarium. I've never been to the aquarium in my whole adult life, or my whole entire life. I was telling John I've never been to one, and then surprise, we go. There is a big difference between SeaWorld and the aquarium, because the aquarium is a place where a lot of education happens, whereas, well, I've never been to SeaWorld, but those are animals who are forced to do tricks and entertain, whereas the aquarium is more of a learning experience and not much of an entertainment experience. And there was a lot of hesitance for me, but at the same time, I love animals and I have a true passion for them, and seeing them brings something to life inside of me that is normally dormant because I'm such a sad person. John and I experienced every exhibit. We leaned on the ground to look at frogs for like the children's exhibits. We went to all of the touch exhibits, and I had a conversation with each attendant. You know, does this animal enjoy being touched? Where can you touch them? The way that the aquarium that we went to was set up, I can't speak for all aquariums, but the way the aquarium we went to was set up is all of the touch cages are built so that if the animal doesn't want to be touched, they can go to a different part of the tank where they can rest and sleep or observe. And then the animals who do want to be touched can come to the outer edge, and there are people there helping children and adults on how to touch the animal in an appropriate way. And I think that this can be a really strong thing, especially for children who are learning about animals and learning about the ocean and how to treat the ocean and how to treat the earth, so that they can understand how these animals live and what to do to protect them. And I mean, there were a lot of kids there. That's why I'm saying children, because I don't know how else people would be inspired to reach out and become marine biologists and learn about aquatic animals and learn about zoo animals. So the aquarium we went to, all the animals that were there were rescued, and then I'm not sure if they just naturally breed while they're there, but there wasn't a huge, vast amount of animals there. There were a couple sharks, a couple hippos, 2 hippos. The sharks were rescued as they were injured and then rehabilitated at the aquarium. I'm not totally defending the aquarium. There might be aquariums out there that are for profit and for entertainment, but the aquarium we went to was more of an educational experience, and I think everybody who worked there and who attended the aquarium were really respectful. I can't speak on behalf of all vegans, because I know there are people out there who definitely won't go. Like, I wouldn't go to SeaWorld, that's fucked up. Every time I get sent a petition through email, I sign it, and I hope in my lifetime there won't be SeaWorld anymore. But I think that zoos and aquariums can hold an educational purpose, and I think that there are animals who are injured in their natural habitat, or the penguins at the zoo. There was a little write-up that the penguins there were rejected from their herd, so they were brought to the zoo, and there they can be alive and studied and understood and protected, because there are fucking poachers out there, and there are people shark finning, and it's awful. It's awful. And being able to go to a place where you can understand these animals, I think, is valuable. And I got these 2 nasty messages that were like, I'm unfollowing you, you're unethical, you went to an aquarium, fuck you. My money, doesn't go to like some fucked up dude who like has orchid t-shirts and is like, yeah, fuck yeah, SeaWorld. My money went to protecting these animals and, funding a place that can help these animals and research them and study them. And yes, they're in cages, and yes, people come and view them and fucking tap on the glass and stuff, but we went there and I loved them. And I had never seen a shark. I didn't know they were so small. And I've never seen a hippo. I didn't know they were that big. I've never seen any of these animals, and I had a very emotional experience while I was there, and it was a really nice birthday present. So how I feel about these places, it is hard because it is sad, but these animals weren't captured and then brought here. They all have a story, and a lot of their stories are right there for you to read and understand. And I was talking to a client the other day who said that she used to live in Chicago, and there was a free zoo in Chicago. And you want to do your research and find out, like I said, if you are going to a place that is for entertainment or for education, and figure out where you stand on this. I forget what I was watching. Maybe it was Vice. Maybe it was just something on YouTube. All about diminishing these for entertainment things and create very definitive lines between animals being entertaining you and animals educating you, and create a push towards animals being provided for you for education and not rodeos and SeaWorld and the bull chase, whatever. Eliminate that thought and create this understanding that animals can teach us, and that you would go to the zoo or an aquarium for a learning experience. So, we did go to the aquarium. I hope that what I just said can clear something, or at least make you think about where you stand. So my final question is, can you give a healing update on your back tattoo? And I would love to. I think that it's healing really well. I think everything back there is going super good. I got a couple dickhead comments that were like, I'm getting the same tattoo as you. And I was like, alright bro, cool. But whatever. It was a little tight the first couple days, and Mark told me it would be. He said something along the lines of, you won't realize how much you stretch your back until you have a tattoo on it. And it's totally true. I just wore loose t-shirts and stuff, and now I can feel the lines as I run my fingers across them, but they are healed lines, so that's good. My next appointment isn't for a couple of weeks, so I still have a couple weeks to hang out with my tattoo and really get used to it. Honestly, it's making me love and appreciate my body in ways that I previously did not. And not to say I didn't love my back, but now I catch myself looking at my shoulders. Like today I'm wearing this tank top, and I don't think I would ever wear a tank top. I just feel a lot better about myself. And you know, like I said in 100 other videos, you can go to the gym and feel better about yourself. You can run a 5K and feel better about yourself. Or you can have tattoos and feel the same way. And let all of us experience body positivity in different ways. Whether it's not shaving your armpits, whether it's getting tattooed, wearing clothing that you feel showcases your body in the way that makes you feel great. And I hope all of you experience body positivity in a different way. Don't let anybody tell you that you have too many tattoos and you're ugly, or, oh, that is unflattering on you, or shave that. Because don't, if you don't want to. If you don't want to. But if you do want to, then do it. Get lip injections, get laser hair removal, get implants of any sort. Any sort of implants, magnetic, whatever. I love you guys, and I hope you feel the same way. Stay tuned for everything on Earth. I am developing some like Qcknd merch that's coming out. I've had a couple artists reach out to me for my artist Patreon series. So if you're an artist out there and you want to reach out to me, you can hit up my professional email or direct message me, because I am looking for artists for my Patreon series. I love you guys. Stay tuned for my Instagram and Snapchat. And today's look was a test run of my Nick's Face Awards thing. I don't know. I love you guys, and stay tuned for Blush of the Month. Bye. Hey everybody, it is 5 Fact Friday. It is pretty early in the morning, and I'm a little proud of myself because usually I wait until like 4 p.m. to film 5 Fact Friday, and I'm